Good evening, everyone, and welcome to day number 287 on our daily updates for the war in Ukraine. Tough day, not only in Ukraine, but also for our partner. He's not feeling too well. However, he is here with us tonight. I even tried to give him the night off. Thanks to him for giving me the night off yesterday. Eyes are still in process. I have another doctor's appointment Friday at 1:30. I think we're making some progress. Hopefully, regardless, it will not stop the travel to Ukraine, which is getting close. 9:01 p.m. Eastern. Welcome to everyone tonight, 4:01 a.m. in Ukraine. Thank you for everything. The shipment heading out. I communicated with the company today in New Jersey. Everything is on target, on task. We will be delivering it to them either on Monday or Wednesday of next week. It will then be put on pallets and shipped, not to Warsaw, but to Lviv, from humanitarian aid organization to humanitarian aid organization. So looking good, going through all the stuff today. And yes, there will be a video showing all of that on ship day. So thank you. Thanks to the mods. Thanks for all that you guys do. Let's get my man in here. Good morning to you. You feeling good back there?
It's okay. Good evening, friends.
Well, listen, it may be cold, although your power just turned on for the first time. So good.
Yeah,
You're charging everything right now, and we're on power.
Yeah, it's a good news. Because my freezer, I hope it will do something with the food inside, with the frozen food.
Well, people don't even think about that. Let's start there. What happens to the food in your refrigerator? You have to eat it, or it's...
It depends of the things. Yes, there's something I have to just throw away because the condition of keeping it. The other things I need to think twice. Should I mean, eat it or throw it away? Because to be honest, it's a risk to lose everything.
Correct. And that's some of the things we do not think about with these power outages, but thankful yours just came back on. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, like I think about the breakfast because my kids in the morning going to school, like Masha physically going to school, Mark online. I think I need to think about the breakfast evening because in the morning there will not be power. The second, I'm preparing using my thermos and boil the water for the tea in the morning. So I mean the whole list, and I need to make sure that everything is charged, the battery is charged, and so on and so on. And sometimes even to do payments, it's not easy. So
when the power
time when we
comes
have
on, it means go to work.
Yes, it's a work time.
Go to work. Okay. Well, you've got everything working, right?
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. All right. Well, let's jump to it tonight. And speaking about power, many people know this is another guy that works with us. That's Vladimir Zelensky. That's his name. We call him Zolik. That's his nickname, but he does a lot of the video production, a lot of editing, a lot of translation. And tonight I'm showing you a couple of videos that I needed his help on translating because I understand the Russian good, no problem, communicate in it freely. But when we translate videos for the world to see, we want to make sure it's perfect. So I'm going to be showing you a Putin video toward the end of the update. I understand him perfectly, but I want to make sure we're exact. So Zolik does a lot of work for us. He texted me today, I only have light for 2 hours a day, power, for now. He goes, LOL. So at least here is some text, what could be translated. It's reality.
Yes.
I'm thankful for people like Vladimir Zelensky that's working when he's got just a little bit of power. And this is affecting us as well because this is the guy that's putting together our big video of your frontline run. And we are delayed again from sharing it because he has no power to do the edits. But it's coming. It's coming, and this is the reality of what we're faced with here. Now, with that said, Jacob, let's go here. Stoltenberg said today that the conditions for peace in Ukraine are not there right now. Basically, he's just repeating what Volodymyr Zelensky's been saying. And after the events that have unfolded today, forget it. Forget it. There's been some things that we will share through the update, but now we have NATO itself saying not going to happen. War will continue.
Yes, it's. We were telling about this, sharing in the beginning, and now it's proven. It's open now, and open not just from the Russian side. It's open from the country who supports Russia and collaborating, and now it's open. And now it's let's say Ukraine. We will do our best, and we wouldn't do the things we already we made until now without your help, the help of the world society, but even more important, the future support, and not just like by weapon. On the political arena, it's so important, the firm position of our partners and friends.
Yeah, and it has to continue. You're speaking a little bit about some of the things that we're going to share, but for sure there is an obvious coalition building against Ukraine now with Russia, partnering with them. And now I think Stoltenberg, the reason he said that today is it's now obvious. And we will be sharing that a little bit later in the update. Now, with that said, with all the people helping, but we need politicians, governments, everybody to help in this war right now. We were organizing, getting stuff ready for the shipment, and people came into the office today and they looked and they go, "Oh my gosh, how much stuff do you have?" I said, we have an awesome community from around the world that's bought a ton of stuff. And that helps coming, and we're going to personally put it in people's hands of need. So
yeah,
that's what it takes. Now, let's move over to power. This is a picture of Kyiv, typical picture in the evening. A few lights on there. Zelensky just came out just now, a little while ago, and said it is officially impossible to restore our power grid to pre-February 24 conditions until the war stops. We will keep working. We will repair. We will do our best. But to get the power grid for Ukraine back to 100% normal is now impossible until the war is over. 3 million people in Kyiv right now. Klitschko said today that an apocalypse scenario is possible this winter, but urges no panic. This was actually out of Reuters. I don't really like that headline because it's a paradox. It's a possible apocalypse, but don't panic. Everything's going to be okay, which is good.
Yeah.
And I want to show go ahead. I want to show a video clip. Let me show this video clip, and then you respond about the power grid and the character of Ukrainian people. The character. All right? We're going to show why we support Ukraine so strongly right now. It is dark in Kyiv. There is no power. People still have to go to the market and shop with a flashlight. They pay in cash. And there is order and no looting. Think about that right now. Whatever country you're in. I can even think about American disasters, hurricanes, and people loot and go crazy and steal. Not in Ukraine. Watch this. Kyiv tonight. Shopping. got their little carts. They're buying stuff. There's nobody running around. They're not grabbing off the shelves. They're coming through the cashier with their mobile phone, paying for their goods. Unbelievable people.
Yeah, we have a grocery store here in the same building, the same block, and this grocery store works nonstop on the generator when it's like where there is no electricity, on the generator until late time. And what I was surprised, yes, they're doing like they're buying everything new for people. I mean, like fresh, but there are other people come and say, "Hey, is it real that you still accepting bank cards and you have a bank terminal which is still working?" And the lady there says, "Yeah, sure. We were doing like a special things to catch a little bit more strong signal and to help people to pay with the cards because not so much people having, I mean, prepare the cash." I said, "Okay," and we have. Maybe I'll take a video. Like we have the drugstore, dentist clinic, different grocery stores, the post service, everything. There is generators, and life goes nonstop.
You know, I
People
think
doing the
about
best.
it's just shockingly impressive, and especially the order. And I know people out there watching the video and the update tonight can think about their own country, wherever it may be, not just the U.S., but any country in the world. We have a lot of international viewers, and think about, you know, would your country, would my country be in that much order and peace if there was no power? I'm not really sure, to be quite honest with you. I think about power also. Yesterday, you took care of the video. Thank you. I was getting tested for my cornea. I've got a significant issue in my right cornea, and I was in a lot of testing all day, and there were so many computers and so many machines, and I was sitting here thinking, what would be happening in Ukraine right now if there was no power? What if there was no power here? How would I be tested? So it's real pictures, but Ukraine and Ukrainians are doing everything they can to make it. Now, let's move to this. Today, last 24 hours, undeniable civilian targets. That's going to be the title for the next couple of slides, and that is also the title of the update tonight. Undeniable civilian targets. So here we have the east. You see the city of Donetsk. You see, of course, Avdiivka, which is a very hot zone for the battle in the Black Circle. But I want to focus tonight on the little city of Kharkiv. Kharkiv?
Yeah, it's okay.
Terrorist attack today. Missiles dropped on the market. And was it 8 killed? I think it was 8 or 5. I think it was 8. many injuries. But
I don't remember because numbers were changing. I don't know. Sorry.
The last I heard was 8. Okay. But I have footage of that. This footage tonight, we're deciding to show it. There's a little bit of cursing in Russian, but it's bleeped out. Most of you do not understand Russian anyway, but it's still bleeped. And secondly, just this one's pretty tough, but we're going to show it and hopeful that I stay on the air, but the world needs to see it. So let's go here. This is the market today. Civilian targets, undeniable in Kharkiv. Other parts of that video I actually took out. Just it showed the bodies laying everywhere. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, they they targeted central of the city, the center of the city, and it was the public, like a flea market, bazaar market. Plus, it was a bus station, and it was just people's houses, the blocks. And on the 6 p.m., it was minimum 8 killed. What do I think? Okay, is it like a small terrorist group who does it? Like a small terrorist group, or with the support of president and the nation? Because of that difference, if we understand the difference, then we need to, let's say, to call it the proper name and having a proper politic. That this moment, the Russia and peacemaker, Russia and peace. Russia is liberating. It's opposite meaning. It's nothing common, because Russia brings death. I mean, it's not a okay. It's not a like a people. I mean, the places with the military guys. It's not a trenches. It's not even airfield. It's not even like the city office, like a military administration. People were going to buy some potato during the daytime, because, and maybe to have it, I mean, to catch this, possibility to cook it during the day, and now they killed. Now I don't know how to comment it.
We're going to show, I'm trying to zoom into something here that would be quite interesting. We're going to show, let me change this layer here. We're going to show.
And excuse me,
one more. Go ahead.
Coming to that attack, it wasn't an attack of like a big missile, like a cruise missile, with one like explosion there. It was attacked by artillery, 152 millimeters. It's artillery. So the question, artillery, it's not just like they just a one missile. I mean, not a missile, like one shell. No, it was like usually artillery works with a drone over. This is the modern war. So it wasn't like a blind, occasional attack.
The other thing is, as we know, being there on the front lines with the soldiers, they tell us that, okay, guys, this can be dangerous because there will be no warning on the shelling. It's just here.
Yeah.
You won't have an air raid signal. You're coming with us at your own risk. And at any moment, things can just start exploding. You'll hear the incoming for a couple of seconds, and that's it. It'll start exploding. And that's what happened. What I was trying to look at over here is when we showed that video and you talked about there's a nation behind this, we're going to look at the leader of that nation, Putler, in just a few minutes when we close out the update. And we're going to see him smile and gloat about it. What he's gloating about is we've taken territory. It's something good. And this is what they're doing. But the video that we just showed of Kharkiv is at the food market, the bazaar, the bus station. You could see tea, coffee, some chips, little food kiosks. Yeah. It reminds me of Khmelnytsky. And I want to go here. This is what I was looking up. So for those of you that don't know, this is the city, an aerial view. Yes, I'm using Google here, of Khmelnytsky. And I'm going to zoom in now to what would be the equivalent target in Khmelnytsky, which for me would be, you correct me if I'm wrong, but we'll come down right downtown. Here's Oasis, epicenter. And then I'm going to come right down to the food bazaar right here.
Mm-hmm.
This would be the equivalent target. Let me see if I can get a street view here. Can I get a street view? Yes. Where's my little guy at? Here we go. I'm going to come right to the spot. This is it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is exactly. This is the market, the little shops. Hey, there's our friend we trade money with. I think it's him.
Skip it.
Sorry. But here you go, folks. This is very, very important location here in Khmelnytsky. And this is what it would be. People shopping, a mobile telephone, remont, coffee. There's the little bazaars back here, the meat shop. This is exactly what was targeted in Kharkiv. Now, it wasn't just Kharkiv today. It was, unfortunately, Kramatorsk. Looks like Kramatorsk is getting hit quite a bit last few days. So Kramatorsk here, of course, this is in the east. You can see Bakhmut in the black line, the hottest battle in the war, period. We'll show you some video of the shelling of that in just a moment. But I want to go to Kramatorsk now. And this time, today, it was not a food market, but a school.
Мы еще в мае остались без жилья. Нас разнесло тоже вот так вот. Как мы живы остались, это только одному Богу известно. Просто я тут 8 лет работала, вот сегодня мы дома там находились. Такой грохот пошел, 3 взрыва, вот это, только сели пообедать. Какая у нас была тут чистота, какой у нас коллектив хороший. Представляете, тут были еще люди, работали, завхоз наш была, и директор, и все. Как они это пережили все в этот момент, я ничего не могу сказать.
Дома дрожали все. Я живу, близко живу. Дома дрожали. И окна дрожали, все дрожало. Все пироги. Твари. Школа. Кому нужна эта школа, интересно? Это не люди. Коцопье.
Same question as before. What's your thoughts?
My thoughts are really happy to see how people cleaning it. They are not.
I had the same thought.
Decided to leave the place. Mm-hmm. They are not decided. Okay, it's too dangerous. They knew attack could be in any second. No, they said, okay, turn the light on. We're preparing. We're cleaning it up. We do our best to keep it in a good level. I mean, being cleaned and prepared and ready for kids. I don't know about how this school operates at this moment, but I know that a couple months ago, our government put back the routes of the trains to Kramatorsk. You probably remember last time we were there were no trains, and the train station were absolutely dead. Like with no any signs of life.
We filmed now from the train station.
Yes, and now there is a regular trains going there and back. The same with the Kherson, because we care about people. We care about our people.
That impact.
So I don't know.
That impact crater was an S-300, by the way.
Yeah, probably.
So, I mean, we've seen them. That's exactly what it looks like. 20 meters wide, 5 meters deep.
Yeah.
And the other thing in that video, that was the two observations I had, was number one, they're cleaning it up, trying to get the kids back in school. And secondly, it was a point of invincibility. And that old man was the guy who said it was not just a school, but it was a point of our invincibility where people in our community can come to get some heat or charge a phone. So, it tells
And there
me
is
everybody
one.
knows about points of invincibility. And secondly, they were cleaning it up. And your third point?
And the third point, during that interview, if you be quite careful, then you will hear that all of them were answering in what language? Russian.
Correct.
These people with the hate to Russia are speaking Russian and say they are like animals. They just their business are destroy our lives at school and everything, and then try to. I mean, then you may not even stop anyone who is trying to say, oh, the Ukrainians are fighting against of people who wants to talk Russian.
Baloney.
Forget.
They were speaking Russian, exactly, which I don't know the percentage. Is it 70% in Kramatorsk probably speaks Russian? It's way up there. It's way up there.
I think with the age 45 and up, maybe 40 and up, most of them are
Mostly
speaking
everybody.
Russian.
Mm-hmm.
And I think just the people who realized what's going on, how bad this start, and to continue to keep that situation, and maybe the kids who are like in the school, all of them are, mostly in Ukrainian. But I think with the time it will be re-evaluated, and people will understand. We can talk and speak any language. There is no limits in Ukraine, but we will respect Ukrainian, and we will know how to speak Ukrainian for them. And surely our kids and young generation will be speaking Ukrainian happily.
Well,
proud.
we know for a fact that this war has nothing to do with language. It has nothing to do with liberating people. It has to do with genocide and complete destruction of Ukraine, period. We'll see some proof of that in just a moment. Now, additionally, on that map, I have Bakhmut underlined there in the east. Bakhmut, I just received some new photos in just minutes ago from Bakhmut.
Okay.
It's destroyed. I don't have them loaded. I just got them. It's bad.
I prepared.
It's bad, Bakhmut. But I do have some video of the overnight shelling. Here we go. This one right here. That's Bakhmut. Tomorrow, I will have the photos ready. I literally just got them in right now. So, tough in Bakhmut.
Yeah, it's hard to believe because we were like regularly crossing the Bakhmut when we were going like since 2014, going to help our guys to support the people, to do Christmas programs for kids on this line, line, like a war line, let's say, between Ukraine and LNR, DNR, LDNR. So, and I remember that place. We were going there regularly because it's right on the main road. It was good to us to use it.
Okay, you're making me work. Let's do this. Let's see if, here we go. We'll just do it on the fly. I like to prepare things, but here we go. Let's do it on the fly. Here's Bakhmut.
Okay.
You can see it's not small. This is Bakhmut. This is all a result of the shelling I just showed you on the video. This is fresh photos. Bakhmut. 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 Look at the lady. Fire department's there trying to do something, but what are you going to do? I mean, literally, what are you going to do? So those are some of the photos we're just getting out of Bakhmut. It's tough. Now, if you jump down to Mariupol,
Okay.
got this picture in. What do you see about that picture?
It's a drop frozen.
Water frozen coming out of the pipe, out of the spigot. What do we do? What do we do? We continue to do what we do, support people, help people, and try to build a coalition to win this war. This is what people are living in.
When it's come to Mariupol, I understand that if we get, signals like yesterday, we got a signal that we need is to send a few rolls, like big rolls of like polyethylene, the film, to help people to seal the windows because there is no glasses and it's really cold over there. But when it's coming to occupied territory, like we have no access there.
I know.
We cannot go there. We cannot send anything to them.
Correct.
We were trying to send to Berdyansk, and we already made agreement. And one person said, "Okay, yes, we will send it. Just give it to us." And then he said, "No, they did block it. We cannot help Berdyansk." So, what can we do with the Mariupol besides of telling truth to society, to the world? Look what's going on the occupied territory controlled by Russian terrorists. Please share it with other Russians who is living in the United States, in Australia, in Germany, in all the places of the world. Share it. Look, this is what it's like. Under Russian responsibility, temporary. We really want to get back this territory because as soon we get it starts from military guys. They're starting to share everything they have. The food, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then the volunteers coming. And that we were expecting, hey, we're ready. We heard today will be a day when this place will be open for helping, for volunteers. And when it was not open, we were waiting right there in the entrance of the city, because we really want. We don't care about a lot of things, but we really want to help people. And now watching the Mariupol,
it's sad
it's
because
really sad.
There's nothing we can do about it. That's what you're saying. And B,
we can
share it. That's what we're doing. But it shows the care of the occupiers. Zero.
If these people would have possibility to live, no. You understand that over almost 3 million of Ukrainians, by some reason, had to leave to Russian side, to Russian territory, to Russia. Why? Because it was the people I know personally were trying to get outside from the occupied territory. They were living in a car, 6 of them in a small car, standing on the block post checkpoint, 13 days. No toilet, no water, no food, nothing. They were trying, and during that time they had to film all kind of papers, all the questions, answers, including the serial number and IMEI number of the phone, SIM card.
Sure.
And the phone, including all the dates of the birth, all the relatives on the territory of Ukraine, their phone numbers, everything. And after that, they were still waiting 7 days.
You do understand that's the same thing that happened in Nazi Germany.
And now,
not the mobile phones,
okay,
but the information, the families, everything you had to give. This is a repeat. It's a repeat.
I have a copy. Of that, the list they had to fill. I've got from the people staying there the list with all of the questions, because we were trying to do our best to get them, giving them advice, how to answer, where to tell and what to not to tell, Or surely we couldn't tell people, hey, go online. No, it will be checked and people will get, under the threat. But there was some information they could keep or limit to protect their relatives. And now these people living in that apartments, destroying no central heating, no water, nothing. What kind of option they have? To go to Russia, but they need to have money for that. Because usually people who stay there, they don't have any cars and no money.
I think this is the perfect place to share some words from the dictator today. Let me go here first and update everybody. Of course, this is Ukraine. We're going to look at this in just a second. But let's just go ahead and put the line of occupation. We'll be relatively accurate here. It's pretty close. Okay, so we have this land, 20% that is stolen. Okay, everybody got that in your minds? That's the land that is stolen, occupied, and terrorized. Watch this.
Длительного процесса результатов СВО, ну, конечно, это длительный процесс, может быть, так, но потом вы, значит, упомянули о том, что появились новые территории, ну, вот, и такой все-таки значимый результат для России. Ну, вот.
Watch his face.
И такой все-таки значимый результат для России.
You know, we've taken this land, so we've gained our territory. So that was on my checklist, steal land. That's a great result for Russia.
Yeah,
that's what we just witnessed.
Meaningful result for Russia. Meaningful.
Great result.
Like important. Yeah, we selling the land. We calling it that we liberate people. We protect the interest of the people who talks Russian language. In reality, we're stealing the land, and this is what we got. This is quite a great result. I'm ready and I'm proud to share it publicly for the whole world will see.
Scratching the list off and smirking. You know what he's doing, right?
Yes, absolutely.
It's a checklist. It's madness. That was not a week ago. That was today on Smoltovic Media in Russia. Now, a couple of the things we wanted to share right here. Full cooperation is imminent. Russia and Iran came out today and said that they are entering into a full cooperation agreement. Right after that happened, Russia ordered more missiles and drones. So you have Iran. I'll give you them all, and then you can go at it because I know what you want to say. Georgia will not provide military aid to Ukraine, their prime minister stated today. I would like to remind once again that officials in Ukraine have publicly stated that their wish is for a second front to be opened in Georgia. The ruling power in our country is responsible to its people and is governed exclusively by the interest of its people in the state. Regarding the provision of military aid, we clearly stated earlier, we will not do this, emphasized the Prime Minister of the Republic, Irakli Garibashvili. Since the beginning of 2022, Georgia has increased its trade with Russia by 50%. Sanctions are working great. Currently, Russia has become the largest oil importer for Georgia. The import of coal and flour also increased. And one more. Belarus, this is on RIA Novosti Day. They reinstate the death penalty for those military officers and soldiers who will not be obedient to the call of the nation. We can also tell you today that specifically more troops of Belarus were moving toward the Ukrainian border. 100% a fact. I'm going to draw the picture for you here and then turn the man loose. So you have all of Russia. And of course, you guys know Ukraine's in the blue. Then you have all of this. You have the occupied that we talked about already.
Mhm.
You have the little strip in Moldova, Transnistria. You have Hungary, who is 100% pro-Russia, period. You have Belarus, that since the foreign minister was poisoned, has snapped to attention. And you now have the nation of Georgia. There's your picture, bud.
Yeah, but continue. Okay, Armenia is still, doesn't matter. Okay, yes, there is a crowds on the streets, but Armenia is still in official alliance, military alliance with Russia. Still
So
there.
let me go ahead and add Armenia. Here they are. So now we've added
Okay.
Armenia. Well, look here. We're now
What about-
connected by a land bridge to Iran.
What about Serbia?
Serbia?
They are waving, let's say.
We're over here in Serbia.
Okay, come to Vatican.
Oh, we're going to go over here to Italy, Rome area. Okay.
You understand Vatican?
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, we
Pope
also
of the
have
Rome.
Kaliningrad.
Yes. The Pope of the Rome. Okay, then go to maximum trade level with India.
We can come over here to India. You're correct.
Then
Trade with India's
Regularly.
increased.
regularly, sometimes they're blocking, sometimes they are helping the China.
Then we
No.
can add. Well, they're definitely not helping Ukraine. So let's go
Yeah, for
get
sure.
China. Okay. We got all of this. And let me just do this real quick. And here we have Ukraine. But the sanctions, but the sanctions of this region and this region and this region are going to work. The sanctions are going to work. Right.
Yes.
We see
And,
a
okay,
coalition
we will-
now forming against Ukraine.
And yes, then if we will go deeply, then we will understand that a lot of places in Central Africa, then, and some in Latin America. We will not go there. Just think about that. If you will decide to check it, you will understand.
Absolutely.
We don't know. We cannot compare about Cuba, but in the beginning there were quite flights to that area because they still have a lot of Soviet type weapon, the shells, the missiles.
Yes.
We don't know a lot.
Well, let me go with this word. You and I were talking a little bit before we went live tonight. You used a word that you've not used yet, and that is these nations. And we see the map here. Let me go back to it. Let's just use the ones that we talked about tonight, specifically Iran, Georgia, Armenia,
Georgia,
of course, Russia,
Belarus,
and Belarus and Hungary. Let's just stop there. Let's stop there for tonight. You said
Yes,
this
okay.
word. You said this word. They're now open about their relationship.
Yeah.
They were not open earlier.
No, they are open. Nothing is hidden. Putin are open. Was naming it, okay, we need more territory. We will not go what's going on between Greece and Turkey right now. Again, we will not go what's going on around like Israel and
Right.
going to Syria, where there is still some interest of Russia.
Correct. We're not even talking about Syria. We're not even talking about
No.
the Middle East. We just looking
We
at a few
never-
nations.
And okay, and let's just remind, there is a military union which is like compared to NATO of Russia, Belarus, Armenia, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Belarus, Tajikistan seems to me,
Yeah, Tajikistan.
Kyrgyzstan.
Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan.
They are
Yep.
they are still okay. Maybe Kazakhstan doesn't support Russia a lot, but please understand, because of the Russia, it's became a, let's say, clarifying, like a filtering.
Mhm.
Everything Russia needs from China goes, or from Europe, from United States goes to Kazakhstan, and then through Kazakhstan coming to Russia. Sanctions?
Correct. And we're not doing a geography lesson tonight, but since I've already been marking this map, all the pieces, please be aware that you talking about a massive amount of territory with Kazakhstan. Massive. Yeah. It is a huge geographical nation, very important on the border with Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Mongolia, and of course China. So they may not be openly, but you, like you said, there's a pathway from China to Moscow, and it goes right through Kazakhstan. Very, very interesting update, and today a lot unfolded, a lot. So,
and I ask, please check. I ask people, please check everything we discuss, all the country, every country. Is it right or not? So I would say, if the war would be stopped completely, if we would have the nations, like, okay, let's take Baltic countries and Poland. They say, okay, we will give everything. Slovakia, take it. The first time Montenegro helping us, they giving out 11% of their military arsenal. First time.
Yeah. But Gene,
because
you've got to remember, that sounds good. That sounds great. And we're very appreciative. But Montenegro is a speck. It's a speck. We're very thankful. We're very thankful that the Bulldog Estonia has been the leading nation for assisting by GDP, by percentage of their economy. But it's still, you can drive through Estonia in just a couple of hours. It's tiny. So we need the big boys. Now, today, hey, there is something good that happened. Germany, I believe, is confirming a transfer of patriots to Poland. Not to Ukraine, but to Poland. So that's good.
And they agreed to, that's good. And they agreed to place it, to locate it really close to Ukrainian border.
That's correct.
And that's good.
That is good. Now, the question is, the next time missiles are flying toward the border or Lviv and the Patriots are there, do they start going off? We shall see.
I would like.
I would like. But man.
Because it's, in reality, as a fact, it can be a threat.
That's right. That's right.
And they need to eliminate the threat. Protect the EU borders.
Hey.
NATO country borders.
it's been a big day for Ukraine, for the war in Ukraine, the power grid, all the things we've discussed, the attacks on human civilian targets, open of relationships between nations. It's really been a big day today.
And I would end in the end.
Okay.
Tonight we had a special meeting to thank all because 2 days ago we had the Volunteers Day. So today we did plan for today having special evening to thank all the volunteers in the team. And in the end, after we were watching the pictures during all of these 290 days and sharing the different things. And then in the end, I did ask, hey, okay, could you share probably the most need you have, your personal life, or maybe you have some struggling or fighting with something. And one man, the big man, who is responsible for cooking the canned meat for soldiers, he said, I have. I said, okay, what? He said, I need a lot of empty jars right now, at least 800 minimum, as soon as possible. I said, okay, here's his most personal need.
He's a great guy. He's the guy that does all the cooking of the food we deliver in those jars, of which this community in our church helped buy a huge cooking system for him.
And this was waiting stability with the power. He said, man, I can't find the corridor having 8 hours nonstop. I said, okay, let's discuss from tomorrow about using a diesel generator for that. He said, it will be great.
Gonna have to.
So probably maybe this week we will have update on that.
Beautiful.
I hope so.
Well, this has been a huge update tonight. Lots of things have unfolded, and they definitely will be affecting the war going forward. So thank you, bud. Get you some rest, and much love to the community. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for sharing. Day by day, we're not giving up. Do paramoka.
Yeah.
Until victory.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Love you, buddy.
Thank you to every single person who supports.
Don't give up.
Yeah, we will not.
No, we will not. They don't understand. Don't understand. So, you know what I wanted to do? We need to pay a tribute to a volunteer. I'm sorry. You received word from our partner in Mykolaiv and Kherson region, from Oleg.
Yes.
We had a volunteer lose his life. He ran over a mine. So basically he had to move off the road a little bit, and the mine went off.
Yeah, they were like a dirt road, and there were 2 cars coming across, and there was quite narrow path. So somebody had to move his car out. So the volunteer decided he used the rear gear, and he just moved maybe half a meter out. And then it was a mine, and he died right there, and the passenger still fighting for his life.
Yeah, these are people that we work with and partner with. Folks, make no mistake about it. It's dangerous in any zone that has been occupied and then liberated. It's extremely dangerous, but it's where the biggest need is. And I know, Zhenya, when you're there or we're there, we use utmost care, but it's dangerous. So we pay tribute to that volunteer who gave his life trying to help people.
Correct.
All right, buddy. Get you some rest.
Thank you.
You're welcome. A good night to all.
Thank you. To all, a good night. Heart from Ukraine.